Thank you, Brian. That was Brian Willer on piano for us, and we're so lucky to have him. Um, Welcome to Unity Church of Ames this morning. It's Sunday, August 10th, and we're so happy that you're here. If you're joining us online, good morning, and we're happy you're here as well. So please join me for our affirmation. Abundant blessings flow to me and through me. I am alive with creative energy, awake to prospering ideas, and open to unlimited goodness. And I'm your platform assistant this morning. I'm Susan Wolf, and we have, as our guest speaker today, we have Sue Pedraza-Nagel talking about the power of wisdom and judgment. So we raised $835 for the Micah Food Drive. Isn't that? Thank you, Unity of Ames. That's good news. I mean, that's a lot of money. I mean, that goes a long way, and it's much needed. Absolutely. Our chaplain for today will be Barb McKelvey, and she'll be available to hold your prayer needs in prayer this week. As for transformational opportunities, we have Book Nook news. We still have magazines, so if you haven't gotten back there to look at the magazines, please do so. We've got free magazines, Unity magazines, lots of good articles and lots of good reading, so please check it out. We have the July-August issue of the Daily Word available for purchase, and the Unity magazine is available for a 1-week loan as well. The booklets are Mornings with Myrtle, 28 Days of Prayer, and The True Spirit of Generosity, and they are $3 each. So check that out at the table out in the front there. The Zoom class continues on Tuesdays through September from 6:30 to 8. If you have not signed up for this and are interested, please let Rev Deb know. It's a Zoom class, so you can do it from the comfort of home, which is wonderful. And Rev Deb is on vacation from August 7th to the 15th, so she will be gone. And then when she returns next Sunday, we will have Ask Rev Deb and Todd. So it's like, whoa. That's going to be interesting. Never know what's coming from Todd, right? I mean, yeah, but that'll be good. And so we will be live streaming on Facebook and YouTube. So August 17th is also the State Fair Food Potluck. So please, and ice cream social. So bring your favorite fair food or your favorite food, whatever that might be. You just go ahead and bring it, and we'll eat it. August 20th, there is a noon planning meeting for the social media team in the community room. This is so if you're interested in marketing or online marketing, this is the place for you. So please come and join us. August 20th, also from 5 to 6 is the chaplain dinner in the community room. So be aware. August 20th, there will also be a live meditation, 6:30 to 7 in the sanctuary. And the prayer call continues on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 11, as always. And the reminder about COVID, we just all need to be aware. So be careful and protect your friends. It's time for an opening prayer. This is a Buddhist prayer for humanity and a reminder that being of service can be your salvation. This has pulled me out of some dark places at times, and I wanted to share it with you. May I be a guard for those who need protection, a guide for those on the path, a boat a raft, a bridge for those who wish to cross the flood. May I be a lamp in the darkness, a resting place for the weary, a healing medicine for all who are sick, a vase of plenty, a tree of miracles, and for the boundless multitudes of living beings, may I bring sustenance and awakening, enduring like the earth and sky, until all beings are freed from sorrow and all are awakened. And so it is. I think we need those reminders sometimes. Now please stand if you're willing and able for the greeting song.
Spirit, open my heart to the joy and pain of living. As you love, may I love in receiving and in giving. Spirit, open my heart. God, replace my stony heart with a heart that's kind and tender. All my coldness and fear, to your grace I now surrender. Spirit, open my heart to the joy and pain of living. As you love, may I love in receiving and in giving. Spirit, open my heart. Write your love upon my heart as my law, my goal, my story. In each thought, word, and deed, may my living bring you glory. Spirit, open my heart to the joy and pain of living. As you love, may I love in receiving and in giving. Spirit, open my heart. May I weep with those who weep, share the joy of sister, brother, in the welcome of Christ. May we welcome one another. Spirit, open my heart to the joy and pain of living. As you love, may I love in receiving and in giving. Spirit, open my heart.
And it's greeting time, so please turn around and smile and wave and say hello, and hello to you online. We're happy you're here. And we love you. So good. Please join me with the Unity Worldwide Ministries Foundation statement. There is only one presence and one power in the universe and in my life, God, the good, omnipotence, and also our Unity Church of Ames affirmation. Through the Christ Spirit in us, we create a better church and a better world. So be it. Our daily word for today is resilient, courageous, and strong. I'm resilient. Everyone who gets knocked down from time to time has the choice whether to get up, give up, or get up. Getting up and gathering the strength and desire to try again is resilience. Spiritual living helps me build it. Claiming divine ideas in prayer. Engaging the power of my imagination to envision my success and using my wisdom, will to discern the best way forward and choose it all. Help me be resilient in the face of defeat or discouragement. Through the power of the Christ within, I'm willing to try until I succeed. I understand setbacks happen to everyone. I do not let them deter me or take a failed effort personally. I'm strong and capable of doing what I set my mind to. I am resilient. And from 1 Corinthians 16:13, keep alert. Stand firm in your faith. Be courageous. Be strong. And so it is. And so now please stand again for the congregational song.
It's in every one of us to be wise. Find your heart, open up both your eyes. We can all know everything without ever knowing why. It's in every one of us, by and by. It's in every one of us to be free. Find your heart, open your eyes and see. We can all know everything without ever knowing how. It's in every one of us, here and now. It's in every one of us to be whole. Find your heart and let love fill your soul. We can all know everything if we open up the door. It's in every one of us evermore.
Now please join me in welcoming our guest speaker for today, Sue Pedraza-Nagel, with the power of wisdom and judgment. Sue?
Good morning.
Good morning.
Before I get into the wisdom of all, there are a few pieces of information I'd like to give. I'm one of those computer geeks, internet ramblers. This morning, I got on my Facebook page and I saw a call out from Story County Animal Shelter, and they seem to have received a plethora of kitties and they need some assistance. So if you're so inclined, and you can get to Facebook on a Story County Facebook page, they do have a wish list of things they need for those little wonderful kitties. And then Rev Deb sent this on her Facebook page. Most adults I know aren't looking for a religion that answers all of their questions, but rather a community of faith in which they feel safe to ask them. So remember, on August 17th, we have Ask Rev Deb and Todd. I think it's most enjoyable watching Todd's spiritual unfoldment and his down-to-earth take on spiritual things. So I'm sure that's going to be fun. I just can't wait. I'm going to read from one of our wonderful pamphlets. It's called Discover Your God-Given Potential, the 12 Spiritual Abilities to Change Your Life, on wisdom. Let the light of wisdom shine. One of the faculties most prized by Jesus was the gift of wisdom or spiritual judgment. He acted and spoke from the light within himself, the light that enabled him to judge by spiritual discernment. You too must learn to judge with right judgment and to rely on inner spiritual knowing. The ganglionic center associated with wisdom is located at the pit of the stomach and is closely allied with the solar plexus, the area behind the heart and stomach, which sometimes referred to as the body brain. Wisdom or judgment is represented by James, the son of Zebedee. The three disciples who were with Jesus on particularly significant occasions in his life were Peter, representing faith, and the brothers James and John, standing for wisdom and love. Faith and wisdom and love are three essential interconnected powers. The purpose in developing wisdom is to let the light of Spirit shine through you, directing all your thoughts and words and actions and motivations. We do have this out in the Book Nook area if you would like to pick it up. It's got all the 12 powers in it. All right. And now life according to Sue. The power of wisdom and judgment. When put together in one thought, to me they sounded familiar and similar, like it was the same. Isn't that how I go through life, using my wisdom? Oh, that's very earthy of me, is it not? Wisdom? So, I sat and then went to my favorite revealing word to find the definition Charles Fillmore metaphysically discerned about wisdom and judgment. Wisdom is intuitive knowing, spiritual intuition, the voice of God within as the source of our understanding. Mental action is based on the Christ truth within. Wisdom includes judgment, intuition, and all the departments of mind that come under the head of knowing. Judgment is the mental active evaluation through comparison and contrast. Or like maybe some of us did, we pros and cons, should I or shouldn't I, date him or not, take the job, not the job. Comparison and contrast. Spiritual discernment, the inner voice through whose expression we come into a larger realization of ourselves. As I was wrestling with these words, meditating, the thought came, well, who came first? Did anybody's hamster wheel start with that? Who came first? Anybody start thinking about the chicken and the egg? Wisdom or judgment? In the silence of meditation, I heard, it doesn't matter. When we use our power of wisdom and then use right judgment, positive choices are the outcome. Our soul sings, we become relaxed, and we feel confident in the decision that we have come to. Many years ago, when I was a YOU sponsor, there were often moments when I would need to remind the teens, YOU is Youth of Unity, and they're 14 to 18-year-olds, so they are in the prime of their spiritual glory. I would need to remind the teens of their power of wisdom. Typically, this happened right before I saw them doing something risky or likely to create some type of personal injury, because they don't stand still. They like to jump, do cartwheels. Back in the day, the hacky sack ball was the thing, and they would do all these really intricate movements. So I would say to them, use your better judgment. And that's how I would typically bring the point home. The looks of confusion and defeat would cross their faces as they calculated mindfully. Probably something along the lines, what? What? We're just playing. Waiting, they would be waited. I could see it. They were waiting to be reprimanded before they even had a chance to complete their daring physical acrobatics. So I would wait, say a silent prayer, inevitably a grin, and then a, yes, Miss Sue, as they used their power of wisdom and judgment and created a safer way to express themselves as active spiritual beings. Some of us have been there when we were young adults, defying the odds. I'm convinced if we had listened to the gift of wisdom, the spiritual voice of God in us, ever present in us, right judgment would have prevailed during those times when we ended up saying, well, it seemed like a good idea at the time. Some of us still need to take a step back and use wisdom so that we're not thinking to ourselves, it seemed like a good idea. Having wisdom and using judgment. Consider this verse. My child, eat honey, for it is good, and the drippings of the honeycomb are sweet to your taste. Anybody here like honey? Honey and tea, honey and bread. Know that wisdom is such for your soul. Wisdom is the honey for your soul. If you find it, you will find a future, and your hope will not be cut off. On the surface, this verse, taken from Proverbs 24, 13 and 14, it sounds like it's telling us to eat honey. Well, yeah, I'll take it that way. And it might not be too far from the truth. Based on current scientific research, honey, particularly raw, supports brain health and potentially attributes to cognitive functions like memory and learning. Who'd have thought? And as a side note, honey never goes bad. Now, instead of using the word honey as something physical, put wisdom in there. Know that wisdom is such for your soul. That omnipotent voice whispering, the gentle tug, moving you to the next divine appointment with your future. We make better decisions and we embrace our truth, our Christ consciousness, the next right thing, a future, hope not cut off. Wisdom is sweet. It tastes good and it feels good. If we sit in the silence and take a moment and let it rain and drip into our soul and our consciousness and our spirit so that we are filled with spiritual capacity. Okay, so let's switch gears a little bit. Linda Martella Winsett states, the original name for the power of wisdom was assigned by Charles Fillmore as judgment. Did y'all know that? I remember it being judgment, and then all of a sudden it switched. Now I know why. The word judgment fell out of use during the late 20th century. However, because to judge, did y'all feel that crinkle? Smacked of judgmentalness and was confused with Bible literists as divine judgment. How many of us has sat in a room and watched people judge others based on their worldview? And they thought they had all the answers. And they thought every one of us should follow what they thought. How many teenage girls do you remember in high school that had that judgmental air about you? About them, not you, about them. But they forced that judgment on you. I remember a few of them. I was an athlete, and it was typically the cheerleaders that would pick on the athletes, the female athletes. Adolescent girls need YOU. As Charles Fillmore stated, judgment was a comparison and contrast, not judgmentalness, not being judgmental. So here's a couple of verses that could possibly make for lively conversation around a few dinner tables. At least it was in my home. And a couple of minister appointments got me in good trouble numerous times. They may also be examples of why the word change. Matthew 7:1-2. I'm sure that you've all heard this one. Do not judge, so that you may not be judged. For with the judgment you make, you will be judged, and the measure you give will be the measure you get. This verse emphasizes avoiding judgmental attitudes. Be careful about condemning yourself. Ooh. Take that in there for a minute. Be careful about condemning yourself. Using that word of judgmentalism on yourself. I'm having a bad hair day. I don't like the outfit I'm wearing. Oh, I've gained too much weight. I'm ugly. I don't have the energy. The world is gray. All of those put downs, all of those judgments against you that you do against yourself. What does wisdom lift you up to be? Your hair is hair. Your body was given to you by Spirit. You feed it, you clothe it, you exercise. And don't say you don't. Everybody gets up and walks around. You exercise as best you can. And your soul lives in this body, and you carry it around in a loving fashion. Yes, you do. You are a glorious spark of God. So don't get down on yourself. And be careful about condemning others, because it's called karma. Here's another verse, John 7:24. Do not judge by appearances, but judge with right judgment. I had a long conversation with my brother many years ago about that verse. My brother is a very religious man. Notice I said religious. He takes his faith and belief system seriously. And we were on this path of what the book says and what the book says and what the book means, know what it says. And I constantly showed him that it's the spirit of the law, not the letter of the law, and he would revert back to right judgment. And then I would ask him to read the passages before and what was going on. But he was stuck on that verse. You need to use right judgment. Well, what is that? Here's the example that is given. Jesus used the example of, hold on, guys, it's okay. Jesus used the example of circumcision to highlight the hypocrisy of religious leaders at the time that he was walking around. They were diligent in observing the law of Moses regarding circumcision on the Sabbath, which involved work. Now, for those of us who have studied Judaism, you know that on the Sabbath you don't work. For the Jews, you don't do any work. All you do is breathe, take a rest. They were very strict about that. That's the letter of the law. But these religious leaders criticized Jesus for healing on the Sabbath. The religious leaders of the time missed the truth of right judgment when healing needed to be given. Think about this. A homeless person deserves just as much compassion and care as we care about ourselves and we care about our neighbors. The only difference between a homeless person and us is that we have rent to pay or mortgage, home insurance, and they are still trying to get their footing into a dry place to live. That's the only difference. So what the religious leaders were saying was, do as I do, don't do as I say, operate under the letter of the law. Jesus was trying to show them that they need to go by the spirit of the law. Just like in a different passage, the Judaism had all these rules around what you could eat and what you couldn't eat. And again, it was stated it's not the letter of the law, it's the spirit of the law. Whatever you put in your body is good to eat. It's what you put in your mind that can be hurtful, that could be less compassionate. And now most of us have heard the story about King Solomon and the two women claiming one child. For those of us who need a refresher, here's the story. There was a king. He was King Solomon, very wise. And he was also a great judge. And one day God asked him if he could get what he could give Solomon, because he was such a wonderful, wonderful person, wonderful man. And Solomon chose wisdom above riches and honor. He didn't need fanfare. He didn't need coffers of gold and silver. He didn't need his name up in lights. He just wanted wisdom. So Solomon was given a rare intuition. Call it the power of wisdom. And he used it freely in arriving at his judgments. He didn't rest his investigation on visible facts. He sought out inner motives. In the case of two women who claimed the same infant, he commanded an attendant to bring a sword and cut the child in two and give half to each woman. Did anybody else's heart go, Of course, the real mother begged him not to do this, and he knew at once that she was the mother. This is an example of wisdom. Being able to use right judgment. Do we act like King Solomon and not judge by appearances? Do we look at the hidden motives? A mother stealing a loaf of bread from a 7-Eleven? On the surface, she stole something. She was a thief. What was the inner motive? Her husband left her. She had no job. She had no money. And her children were hungry. And all she wanted was a loaf of bread. What does wisdom tell us? Do we put her in jail for 30 days and label her a thief, put her children in foster care? Or do we lift that person up and show compassion? Offer probation, because there is a price to pay for thievery. Offer probation, but also show her life tools to get her feet back in front of her so she can move forward for her children and herself. Wisdom and right judgment. These have and always will call us to rise and use spiritual discernment with integrity. Ask yourself, what is yours to do? Self-reflect on your own actions towards yourself and then the world around you. Using the power of wisdom and judgment, how do you treat yourself? Just for a second, how did you treat yourself this morning when you got out of bed? When you rolled out of bed and everything from the waist down screamed, "Don't get out of bed, we're not ready." When every brain cell screamed, "Don't anybody talk, I haven't had coffee." How did you treat yourself? Are you using right judgment? Did you move a little slower off the bed and said, "We got this"? Or did you stand up and go, "Oh, geez, I needed Advil. Come on. Getting old is really not my thing"? Or did you bless the body that you have, take it a little bit slower, head to the kitchen, tell the brain to hold on, the caffeine's coming, and start your day? Using the power of wisdom and judgment, are you using the right judgment? Is the inner knowing in your gut giving you butterflies? After that initial 10 minutes of moving around, is your body waking up going, "Okay, we're ready now. We're ready now. We can do this"? As you may recall from last Sunday, Rev Deb spoke of a quote from Linda Martello and said, "Wisdom is applied knowledge, our decision-making capacity through mental evaluation, spiritual discernment, and moment-by-moment intuition." Now, we certainly wouldn't go out and run around the block right away when we get out of bed. We use our wisdom, and we make sure that all the body parts are functioning. Yes, we can go. And we go about our day. Moment by moment intuition. Hold the phone. The left leg isn't with us yet. And then we're ready to move forward. We will know when we have used right judgment. We will feel and know in our solar plexus, that feeling in our gut, that all is well and in a state of perfect harmony. Our jaws will unclench and the tension in our shoulders will release. Has anybody ever seen that picture of the little monkey? It's an Arctic monkey or I don't know if it's in Tibet, but he's in a hot spring and somebody put a cup of coffee to his lips and he's like, "Ooh." There you go. Everything relaxes. In choosing right judgment, we are able to discern in two ways. Mentally, we are able to reach conclusions based on experience, and in intellect, we use reason to answer questions we ask ourselves. spiritual judgment, intuition, and inspiration, or to call that still small voice, brings us to right judgment. Just think about the little monkey. Ooh. When we pause to consider the coaction between wisdom and judgment, we reveal a tapestry woven of experience, empathy, and humility. Life continuously offers us opportunities, some subtle, some glaring, for practicing right judgment. Each moment invites a sacred weighing of facts and feelings, a gentle questioning of our assumptions, and listening for that quiet inner voice of yes, no. In times of uncertainty, we remember that spiritual discernment urges us not to leap to conclusions, but to rest in the space between reaction and response. Here in that quiet moment, God whispers and clarity dawns. Perhaps the greatest acts of wisdom are found in our daily interactions, in the patience we offer a stranger, in the restraint we show before speaking in anger, and in the courage to speak truth with compassion. Remember that space between reaction and response. Don't be quick to anger. Reaction, response. Right judgment is not about perfection, but about presence. Our Christ self, being awake to the guidance that rises from within and having the grace to follow it, even when it leads us outside our comfort zones. Being awake to the guidance that rises from within and having the grace to follow it, even when it leads us outside our comfort zones. Ooh. Let us then commit ourselves to an ongoing journey. The power of wisdom. Let us trust the power to discern, to listen deeply, and to act with integrity. It is always available, waiting patiently to be called forth in every choice we make. Remember that space. And so it is, and so we let it be. As we lean into our power of wisdom, let's sing into meditation.
I am love. 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 Free to make the choice of love. Free to be the voice of love. I am peace. I am peace. am peace. I am peace. Free to make the choice of peace. Free to be the voice of peace.
Easing into this moment of wisdom and love and peace. We give our bodies permission to relax. Unclench the jaw. Relax the shoulders. In this time of meditation, we affirm, I am wise and use good judgment. My power of wisdom pulses through me. I open my heart to engage in divine wisdom. With every inhale, I invite right judgment. With every exhale, I release any judgmental thoughts. Wisdom and spiritual judgment radiates from the center of my being. Let's sit a moment in the silence and rest in this sacred space of loving wisdom. And we feel wisdom coursing through our spirit. Right judgment, spiritual discernment, wisdom. As we return to this space, fully aware and present, we sing.
I am whole. I am whole. I am whole. I am whole. Ooh, 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 I am love. I am love. I am.
Amen. Would you join me in our offering blessing? Divine love through me blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive, and I am joy-filled and grateful.
I am the heart, I am the hands, I am the voice of spirit on earth. And who I am and all I do is a blessing to the world. You are the heart, you are the hands, you are the voice of spirit on earth. And who you are and all you do is a blessing to the world. We are the heart, we are the hands, we are the voice of spirit on earth. And who we are and all we do is a blessing to the world.
And we bless these gifts that we are given. We know that the flow of in and out is ever present here in Ames, in our lives, and in the universe. And we are so grateful and blessed. And we say, thank you, God. Thank you, God. Thank you, God. Please join me in the peace circle.
Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be, with God as creator, family all are we. Let us walk with each other in perfect harmony. Let peace begin with me. Let this be the moment now. With every step I take, let this be my joyous vow, to take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me.
Our prayer of protection. The light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. And the presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well. And life is fantastic. I hope you have a wonderful week. Blessings. Amen.
Thank you.
Oh, I get a blessing.
We love you. We bless you. We appreciate you. And we behold the Christ in you. Namaste.
Thank you. Thank you for the blessings.